Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. Today at the Emerging Artist, I want to discuss how I'm getting my creativity back. For context, I am a multidisciplinary artist, which means I express myself through different mediums. Sometimes it's dance, sometimes it's choreography, sometimes it's performing, sometimes it's music, singing, and writing songs. However, during the last 3 years or so, and most likely just after the pandemic, I felt lost. I felt like I was losing parts of myself, part of my artistic practice. And although I've been focusing on movement based practices and kind of thinking of music as like a fun thing to do, like, doing jazz gigs, doing little cabaret shows, and other things like that, I felt moments of grief about music and about specifically about my songwriting process and practice. I have songs that I've written literally 7 years ago, and I haven't been able to do anything with them just because I think there was some imposter syndrome creeping in, which is really common in artists, and I think it's common in everybody, to be honest. But I couldn't get myself out of that. And I thought, I really don't know what the next step is. And I feel really stuck and I feel really lost. And only during this year, I said to myself, this is something that you keep saying that you want to do. And this is something that's literally haunting you. And it just, it will never go away. So you have to do something about it. So this is the year I am trying to get my creativity back, and I am feeling closer to my authentic self. I'm feeling myself again, which is wonderful. And it's really nice to know that you can get there. And today I'm sharing with you how I'm doing it. And I'm sharing the process with you because something that I've learned throughout this is that we have to share the process as much as possible to get over this idea that we will only share work when it's perfect or when it's finished or when it's done. Because do you know me? Work is never done. And if that's something that is stopping you from practicing as an artist and from doing your work and from sharing your amazing work, it's clearly something that needs to be addressed. I started auditing my habits because I read this amazing book, Atomic Habits, and it made me realize that I haven't really created the conditions, like the environment, for the things that I want to do. And let's take an example. Like, I want to get back to songwriting. I have done nothing to put myself in a position to be able to do that. Like, I don't have an instrument at home, and I don't really I don't really have anyone to play with at the moment. Like, I'm not in a band or something. So I was wondering, like, how can I get myself there? So I I started booking a room every Monday at the same time for an hour, just to have this point of reference and this anchor that I know every week I'm going there and I'm going to engage with the practice in however way that is available to me at the moment. This doesn't mean that I am expecting anything from it. It doesn't mean that I'm expecting to finish a song or to even work on one. I am just showing up, and as the book says, I'm casting a vote on the person I want to be. So rather than thinking of goals that I have, and I have many, let me tell you that, I'm thinking of the person I want to be and what would bring me closer to that. What would the person do? So I am creating the environment in which these habits and these actions can emerge and can flourish rather than thinking of the end result and the outcome. I've also started sharing work in progress with my friends. I've started sharing things as I'm making them. I've started sharing like half songs or like just one sentence or a little melody here and there because I was really scared to do that. So this indicated to me that, okay, this, I need to really work on that fear and tackling that fear so that I can get over it. So I am doing one little step that scares me every day. And I'm trying to figure out where I feel a little uncomfortable but safe. And so I'm sharing with friends who really know me, who really um, follow my artistic journey, who are artists themselves, and they understand the vulnerability of sharing something like that as a work in progress. And honestly, the support and the encouragement that I've gotten back and the cheering just for doing it, just for showing up, has been amazing. It has been such a driving force, and it's shown me that this is the way to go. So share the process as much as you can, but be careful to share with people you feel safe with, that you know they're not going to judge and they're not going to criticize you. And remember, you're not sharing for feedback at this point, you're sharing just to share. And you're not expecting anything, and they're not expecting anything from you. So, that is another powerful way to hold yourself accountable. Which brings me to the third point. The point of sharing work in progress and the point of sharing the process with people is also so that you can have accountability partners. And it can be anyone from your family, your partner, your friends, your, I don't know, your work friends if you have any, so that they keep you accountable for your actions and for showing up. It's really powerful to share, and it's really powerful to have somebody go like, so how's it going? Because then you'll be like, yeah, it's going. You have to take it somewhere. And the fourth point for me, I realized when I audited my habits that not only was I not creating an environment where I can be creative in, I was spending a lot of time on my phone involuntarily, comparing to other people's journeys, like doing all the toxic things that can happen through social media and like this digital world we live in. And I just said, I need analog habits. I need to be better at not being on my phone. I've started reading again. And in general, I'm much more aware and conscious of how much time I spend in the digital world versus the analog world. And it's been such a great thing to reconnect with, you know, paper, writing, like handwriting, spending time outside in nature, like just appreciating the beautiful things from our world outside rather than getting stuck in the algorithm, whatever. Um, and that goes hand in hand with my final point, which is I want to create to express. I don't want to create content. I don't want to create for the algorithm. I'm not a marketeer. I'm not a business person. I'm a creative. And so everything that I create and put out is true to that, is true to myself and is true to my process. And it does not come from AI and other things that sure makes things quicker and easier, but that's not the point of art. So I might be putting out videos less frequently because I cannot keep up with the content producing volume that the platforms require. But I hope that anything I share with you is valuable and it for sure comes from the heart. I wish you all the best with your creative journey. Please share with me if these tips were helpful and if you have more tips for the community. Bye everyone, see you next time.